So, welcome back to my real student TikTok, my real student chapters YouTube channel. Yes. So, today's topic is, title is, he came back, for me. Yes, this is, our loves, my love story, part two. He left for Sweden, and honestly, I didn't know if, we would ever see, each other again. No, we had something special, yes, but he had, a life in Sweden, and had mine in Uganda, and so when he said, was coming back, it was just like, I couldn't believe it, yes. So, yes, as like Titus, goes, he came back for me, yes. So one day he came back, yes, and not as a tourist this time, no, but for me, yes. Yeah, those of you who have watched my, last video, you know already, how, I met my husband, by chance completely, yes. He wasn't looking, for love, but somehow, we found each other, yes. And then he had to go back to Sweden, yeah. So today I want to tell you what happened next, yes, because this is where everything became real, yes. So saying goodbye wasn't not easy, it wasn't easy, at first, I tried to, to stay strong, I told myself, yeah, it was just a nice moment, nice meeting, but deep inside, I knew they were more, it was more than that, yes. And we had created, something real, yes. And when he left, he left an impression, on me. I have to say that he took, part of my heart with him, yes. So we stayed in touch, after he came back and to Sweden, and yeah, this was like not like today. There was, the communication was not easy, no smartphones, like, no WhatsApp, like no video calls, like, just expensive, phone calls, and, messages that, took time, every, word mattered, sometimes, we had to like choose, like, do we walk, talk longer or save money, or it wasn't easy, dears, like it is today. But when something is real, you don't give it up, that quick. Dears, I have to say that distance tested us, yeah. There were doubts, there were moments, of silence, and sometimes I wondered, will this, actually work? And two different countries, two different lives, but no matter how difficult it felt, we kept, like choosing each other, and, again and again. Friends, there was a turning point. This is when, one day, he told me something, I'll never forget. He said he was coming soon, yes. Not for a holiday, no, dears, not just to visit, yes, but to see me, to see us. Dear, so the day he came back, yeah, I remember the feeling, so clearly, yes, excitement, nervousness, and the happiness at once, yes. Everything feel, like the same, a distance, changed us, but the moment we saw each other, nothing had changed, if anything, it felt stronger, yes. Friends, that's when I knew there was, this was not just, a story that would, end. This was something we are building, something real, and something that could last. And he didn't just come back to Uganda. He came back for me. Yes, looking back now, that moment changed everything, because when someone chooses to come back, to you, it means something deeper than words. Yes, deeper than words. Dears, call to action. Yes, if you have ever experienced long distance love, just comment, just tell me in the comment section. Yes, I would love to hear your story. Yes, yeah, but don't forget to like and share, and even consider subscribing, so you make your girl big, so you push, the video up. Thank you for this time, and stay tuned for next story, dears. Bye for now.